We are going to study next chapter of class 11, that is structure of atom. In this structure of atom, first we will study model of atom. Model of atom, and in this model we will study basically three models, that is Thomson model of atom, Thomson model, Rutherford model, and Bohr's model. Rutherford model, Thomson model, Rutherford model, and third one is Bohr's model. We will study three model of atom. Okay, so starting with Thomson model. According to Thomson model, atoms are made up of, atoms are circular in nature, and like watermelon, the positive charge are distributed throughout the volume, and in between the positive charge negative charges are distributed. So Thomson model says that this is called plum pudding model. So according to Thomson model, positive charges are distributed throughout the atom, and in between these positive charges negative charges are distributed, like seeds of watermelon is distributed throughout. Similarly, positive charges are distributed throughout the model, and negative charge is distributed around it. But after then Rutherford experiment came. According to Rutherford experiment, then Rutherford model of atom came. Rutherford model. In Rutherford model, Rutherford took a thin gold foil, and behind this he take a screen on which there was coating of ZnS, there was coating of zinc sulfide, and then there was gold foil, thin gold foil, very thin gold foil, and then he passed alpha rays. Here there was alpha particle, so he collided these alpha particles over the gold foil, and then he obtained a pattern on the screen, and on the basis of pattern obtained on the screen ZnS, he gave following observation. His observation was that, first observation was, most of the alpha particles pass through gold foil undeviated. Without any deviation, most of the alpha particles pass through the gold foil. Second observation was, the second observation of Rutherford was that few alpha particles deviated from their path with a small angle. Few alpha particles deviated from their path with a small angle. And third observation was 1 in 1000 out of 1000 rays, one in 1000 rays rebounds back to their path. Rebounds back to their path. So what he did, that he took alpha particles and he collided alpha particles over the gold foil, thin gold foil, and then he observed that most of the particles passed through the gold foil without any deviation. Few alpha particles deviated from their path with very small angle, and 1 in 1000 rays rebounds back to their path. Means it went to this path and then came back to same path again. So from these three observations, Rutherford described the model of atom, and this model was first conclusions, that was observation, then he made conclusions. First conclusion was most of the space inside the atom is empty. Most of the space inside atom is empty. Inside the atom is empty. Most of the space is empty. Second was that it deviates with very small angle. It means there are charge in the center of atom which has same charge as that of alpha particle, which has same charge as that of alpha particle. He observed that, क्या उसने ऑब्जर्व किया कि जो most of the alpha particles हैं that goes without any deviation, it passes through the atom. It means that most of the space inside the atoms were empty, and then there are few which deviates with very small angle, and this deviation indicates that there is charge inside the atom which has same nature as that of alpha particle, and alpha particle is also known as nucleus of helium, and it has charge +2. Alpha particle has charge +2, means it is positively charged. As alpha particles are positively charged, so in the center of the atom there must be a region where positive charge is present, and because of that positive charge these alpha particles are deviated by small angle. Third point is 1 in 1000 is coming back to their path, rebounds back to their path, which confirms that whole mass of the atom is located at the center of atom. Third conclusion is whole mass is concentrated at the center of atom. At the center of atom. So basically we have following conclusions from Rutherford experiment. First is that most of the space inside the atoms are empty. Second, same charge is present at the center of atom as on alpha particle, and because of that some of the alpha particles are get repelled when it goes closer to the nucleus, and whole mass of the atom is located at the center of nucleus, and that's why alpha particle rebounds back to their path. So on the basis of following conclusions, Rutherford gave an idea about the shape of atom, and that idea is, he described atom as that atom, in the atom at the center there is a nucleus which is positively charged, and around this positively charged electron revolves. Around this positive charge electron revolves, and these circular path on which electron revolves are known as orbit or shell. So when Rutherford model came, Thomson model was automatically rejected, because if there is distribution of positive charge throughout the volume of atom, in that case most of the alpha particles would deviate from its path. But according to Rutherford, only few deviates from its path, which confirms that there is no uniform distribution of positive charge inside the atom, but positive charge is located at the center known as nucleus. It is located at the center called nucleus, where all positive charge resides and whole mass of the atom resides inside the nucleus. So this was the Rutherford model of atom. Next is Bohr's model. Bohr's model the scientist name is Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr further modified Rutherford models. At that time, Maxwell was a very great physicist. He came and he gave theory related to electromagnetic wave. He gave electromagnetic theory. He described electromagnetic wave. And according to Maxwell's theory, whenever any charged particle moves, that it emits radiation. जब भी कोई चार्ज पार्टिकल मूव करता है तो ये क्या इमिट करता है? रेडिएशन. It emits radiation, and energy of particles decreases. Kinetic energy of particles decreases when it emits radiation. So, taking in account Maxwell's theory, Rutherford raised questions over the model of Bohr's raised question over the model of Rutherford. Then Maxwell's electromagnetic theory came, and according to Maxwell electromagnetic wave theory, whenever charged particle moves, it emits electromagnetic radiation in the form of h mu, and when it emits radiation, its energy decreases, its kinetic energy decreases. Then according to Rutherford model says that electron revolves around the nucleus and electron is negatively charged. So when it revolves around the nucleus, it should emit radiation in the form of h mu, and if it is emitting radiation, its energy starts to decrease, and the path should also, and radius, circular path on which it is revolving, it has certain radius, so radius of that path should also decrease. Radius should decrease, and gradually this electron should fall inside the nucleus, and when electron will fall inside the nucleus, that atom will get destroyed. But we know that matters are existing in this world. Matter is not getting destroyed like this. It means electron is not moving on any circular path around the nucleus. So this was the defect of Rutherford models. So once again we repeat the types of model. First model was Thomson model. He told that positive charge is distributed throughout the volume of atom, like seeds of watermelon is distributed throughout the volume. In the same way, positive charge is distributed throughout the volume, and it results in a plum pudding model. Negative charge is present in between the positive charges, so that whole atom remains neutral. After then, Rutherford performed an experiment. The Thomson model was completely hypothetical model. That model was not based on any experiment. Then Rutherford came and he performed experiment that whenever alpha particle is passed through thin gold foil, most of the alpha particle passes undeviated, while few alpha particles get deviated from their path with very small angle, and 1 in 1000 rebounds back to their path. From these three observations, Rutherford gave conclusion that most of the space are empty inside the atom. But Thomson told that positive charge was distributed throughout the volume of atom. While Rutherford's experiment conclude that most of the space inside the atom is empty. Second, deviation with very small angle confirms that there is same charge at the center of nucleus as it is in alpha particle. That's why due to repulsion between same charges, that alpha particle deviates with a very small angle, and when alpha particle collides with nucleus and it rebounds back to their path, this experiment and observation confirms that whole mass of the atom is situated at the center. So when it collides, that alpha particle rebounds back. According to all these observations, Rutherford gave the model of atom that in atom positive charge is present at the nucleus and electron revolves around it on circular path. Name of that circular path is orbit or cell. At the same time, Maxwell came and he gave electromagnetic theory, and according to that, when charge moves, it emits electromagnetic wave, and when it emits electromagnetic wave, its kinetic energy decreases, potential energy also decreases, both forms of energy decreases. So according to that, if electrons are revolving around the nucleus, it should emit electromagnetic radiation, its energy should decrease, and when its energy will decrease, radius of the circular path will start to decrease, and ultimately this electron should fall inside the nucleus. And if an electron is falling inside the nucleus due to reaction between negative and positive charge, atom should get destroyed. But we know that atom exists because we are existing. So there was defect in the model of Rutherford. Bohr corrected that electron does not revolve in any circular path. According to Niels Bohr model, electron does not revolve in any circular path. It revolves in only those circular paths in which its angular momentum is equals to nh upon 2 pi. Electron revolves in only those circular paths in which its angular momentum is equal to nh upon 2 pi. And when electron revolves in this circular path, it neither emits nor radiation nor absorbs radiation. जब ये ऐसे सर्कुलर पाथ में रिवॉल्व करता है जिसमें इसका एंगुलर मोमेंटम एन एच बाई 2 पाई के इक्वल रहता है, तो उस केस में ना तो ये इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशन को इमिट करता है ना तो एब्जॉर्ब करता है. इट इमिट्स रेडिएशन व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन जम्प्स फ्रॉम हायर एनर्जी लेवल टू लोअर एनर्जी लेवल, एंड इट एब्जॉर्ब्स रेडिएशन व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन जम्प्स फ्रॉम लोअर एनर्जी लेवल टू हायर एनर्जी लेवल. So this was the Bohr's model. So hope you have understood about the model of atom. Next we are going to discuss about the nature of electromagnetic radiation. Nature of electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic waves, when we say about the electromagnetic waves, these electromagnetic waves are basically consist of electric field and magnetic field. Suppose this one is y-axis, this one is x-axis, and this one is z-axis. These are the three axes. When electromagnetic wave passes, then it has two kinds of wave. One is electric field and another one is xy plane, then we'll take xz plane. So if in xy plane this electric field is there, electric field vector is there in xy plane, then this magnetic field vector will be in xz plane or yz plane, any of these two planes. But these two fields, electric field and magnetic field, must be perpendicular to each other. So if we talk about the electromagnetic radiation, it is basically consists of electric waves or electric field wave, electric wave as well as magnetic wave, and these two waves oscillate perpendicular to each other. If electric wave is in xy plane, then magnetic field may be in xz plane or yz plane, but will be always perpendicular to each other. So this is electromagnetic waves. In the next class we will discuss in detail the frequency, wavelength, the relationship between these terms, frequency, wavelength, time period, and then we will solve some numericals.